welcome you all my lecture series of C programming. In today's class we are going to see about the concept of array and how they are initialized using the design thinking based approach. All are already know what is the design thinking based approach. What is the design thinking? Design thinking is nothing but it is a 5-stage approach. First stage is the empathize, and second one is the define, and third is the ideate, and fourth one is a prototype, and finally we have an implementation part. So this is the 5-stage approach. So based on DT based, we are going to now I am going to explain the what is an array and how they are initialized. I explain this with one scenario. The teacher and Raju. Raju is a student and teacher. The teacher asked Raju, "How will you store the roll numbers of 5 students of your class in a C program?" So for that, the Raju replied that he will take 5 integer variables for storing the roll numbers. Again, the teacher said that suppose the number of students goes up to 100 means what you will do? Will take 100 you will take 100 different variables to storing the roll numbers அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாரு டீச்சர் வந்து ராஜுவை பார்த்து. So Raju said that no, replied that no, but how I can store? So again the teacher then told that the answer to the above question is an array. So you can store the 100 students roll number in the way of using the array concept. So they are defined that the answer to the above question is an array. So in the previous slide, the teacher empathized to Raju how to store a more number of students roll number in a single container. So finally the teacher defined that the solution to the above problem is an array. So therefore an array is a collective name given to a group of similar quantities. He explained that array concept with an example. For example, she said that consider that here you have a set of aeroplanes and a set of cars, but these two sets are different, but the inside the set they are similar. So the array is a collective name given to a group of the similar quantities. So these similar quantities can be a percentage of marks of 100 students இருக்கலாம், or the number of chairs at home, or the salaries of the 300 employees. So all suppose you are defining a collective number of items of a similar features means we are going into the array concept. Now I will define what is an array. Array is a collection of the similar elements. These similar elements could be all integer or floats or characters. Suppose you have a sequence of characters, it is called it as a string. It is a sequence of collection of either integers or floats, it is called it as an array. So what is the array? Array is a collection of elements of similar type. Now I will show that I will explain how to declare and how to accessing the element. And the declaration of the element means, what is the syntax means, data type and space, you have an array name, and within square bracket we have to specify the size of an array. So the syntax is data type, array name, within square bracket the size. So this is the declaration of an array. For example, int num of 5 அப்படினா, so the array name is num. So inside the num you can store a maximum of 5 elements in the type of integer. So how this is a declaration. And next thing, how to accessing the elements in the given array means the data type, array name of dimension. So using that dimension number, that is at using that dimension number you can access the array elements. For example, that is called it as an indexing. So using the index number you can accessing the array elements inside the array. So this is the way you can declare and accessing the element. Next, the teacher asked how you can initialize the how you can assign the value to an array, or how you can initialize an array elements. So the initialization it can be done. So there is a two way of initialization is can done. One is an compile time initialization and runtime initialization. So this is the third step of DT. So that is an ideate. So the ideate means first we are empathize, and second we are defining array. So the third one, for initializing an array, we find out the methods how to initialize. So there is a two way of initialization. One is a compile time and runtime. So we find out so how many way we can initialize an array. That is a two way. And third one, we have to implement that compile time and runtime initialization. So the compile time initialization means the initialization or assigning the value at the compile time itself. Runtime means we can get the value from the user. So this is the implementation code of how you can initialize an array with the compile time. One way of, for example, int a of 5 is equal to square bracket la we can assigning the values of 5 elements 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 8 comma 16, or a of 0 is equal to 1, or a of 1 is equal to 2, and a of 2 is equal to 4, and a of 3 is equal to 8, and a of 4 is equal to 16. That is a two way of compile time initialization is there. And second initialization type is runtime initialization. That means you can get the value from the runtime, or from using the scanf statement you can initialize an value to an array. So the second way of initialization is a runtime. So this is an example of how the runtime initialization is done. So using the for loop, you can, that is this example, you are for 100 elements we are going to initialize the value to a given array element. This is the way you can do that runtime initialization. Or another way you can get from the using the scanf statement also, you can get the value from the end user, and assigning the array element or each indexing based using that indexing number, we can assign the value to one given array. I hope this is the way the array can be what is in this slide and in this lecture I explain what is an array, that is mean why we need an array, and how to define an array, and what are all the ways of implementing or initializing an array, and how to implement that initialization of two ways, runtime or compile time, with an example. I hope you will understand what is an array and how they are initializing using the DT based approach. So for every concept you can apply this 5 stages approach, means it will create you will clearly understand the concept easily. Thank you.